Hey everyone, and welcome to a very special collaborative episode between the podcast and What's Up With That. I'm your co-host today, Yousef Moubayedd, and with me, my fellow co-host, Matthew Richards.
Hello.
We have more speakers than usual today, so guys, wave to the camera. Say hello.
Hello.
Hi.
All right. So, today's topic, guys. We're talking about what's up in pop culture. So let's kick it off with women in the music industry. Let's talk about women in the music industry and say the invasion of their private lives. I don't know. Give me your thoughts, guys. What's contentious now? What's hot?
Okay, so I want to start off with just women in the music industry in general because I love all of it. As you've noticed recently, there's been a big rise in a lot of women artists when it comes to either rap or even just pop in general. We have like Doja Cat, Ariana Grande, Megan Thee Stallion, and all of these very powerful women rising into these music industry where men is mainly dominated. And if you look at the Billboard charts and all that stuff, you see a lot of their songs starting to get really popular. And I think it's really great to see these type of women show this confidence in their body and they're able to sing about it. And I think it's something really great.
Yeah, like in the past years, like in the early 2000s, you could see like in the rap industry mostly, you would see only like Nicki Minaj as like the only female rap singer. But now we have, like Vicky said, we have Megan Thee Stallion, we have Doja Cat, we have Cardi B, we have all these brand new amazing singers.
If you look at like just the Billboard charts for top artists of 2020, it is dominated by women now. You got so many, like Billie Eilish was very popular in 2020. You had Doja Cat with introduction of WAP. You had Ariana Grande, Taylor Swift. A bunch of female artists are topping some of the most popular male artists, and it's a new revolution, one could say.
Do you think there's been a societal change, so there's more acceptance towards women in that industry in general?
Yeah, I'd say so. I mean, but that's like it's not only just the music industry that's experiencing that, obviously. It's just like all over. There's been a massive women dominating certain just job industries in general. And of course, being a part of the music industry is a job, so that's going to follow suit.
You're seeing women getting into these big positions of power and just finally being able to break out of that shell. As we see in a lot of like Netflix originals and all that stuff, you're seeing a lot of lead characters being women and a lot of shows that are only pertained towards women in power, not even just like always playing the damsel in distress and stuff. That doesn't even exist anymore. You haven't seen that in so long.
Yeah, and I have seen how at the beginning when like this movement, you could call it, I don't know, it was like becoming a thing. It was like so forced in like the movie industry and the music industry. It was very forced, but now it's like it becomes more natural. So it's not just putting like companies would use like, oh, let's put a female as the protagonist, so we get like views, we get an audience. It's like actually like a good script for a good actress that will perform a good role. That's a natural, strong woman.
Yeah, it's not a marketing ploy anymore. It's just
it is not a marketing ploy.
Mm-hmm. I mean, and every time you go to the Spotify, you always see like, a woman artist always on the Billboard charts, always the number one. And women are competing with each other, trying to get the number one song. And it's always a woman on there, and, sometimes it's for weeks 5, 3 weeks. So it's good to see that.
Hashtag girl boss.
So starting off, we mentioned the compromising of their private lives, but it's not only that, it's this whole slew of controversy. I don't know, like what is hot? What's going on lately? What's controversial?
Britney.
Okay.
Oh,
yeah.
Britney.
Oh yeah.
Britney Spears
documentary, yeah.
One of the most just not to backtrack, but definitely one of the most famous artists of our time, Britney Spears, a female. That is all.
We love her.
Anybody care to expound? What's going on?
There's a lot to say.
Who is
It's a very touchy
Britney
subject.
Spears?
You're talking about Britney Spears?
Yes, we are.
Talk about her. I think paparazzi and media really ruined her life as a whole. honestly, if I don't know if any of you guys have seen the Free Britney documentary. So a lot of people framed her shaving her head and stuff like that as something, oh, she's avoiding drug tests. But really, it was just her like getting a grip on something in her life. You know, it's like she was constantly controlled from a young age, especially when you come into media at such a young age. You're never in control anymore, you know, for the rest of your life. And a perfect example is Britney Spears. And now she's in full custody of her father. You know, I don't know how old she is now, but she's a full adult. You know, she shouldn't have to have that control like that, you know? And she never had control of her life. It was very miserable. She couldn't go anywhere without constantly having cameras in her face. And it honestly ruined her. Like a lot of the things, they took photos out of context and stuff like that, especially, and it really ruined her life. And I think media has such a negative effect. And usually they shamed her for stuff that usually men do, like celebrity men who usually do the same exact thing. Like for example, Taylor Swift, everybody makes fun of her because she's had so many boyfriends and makes songs about them. But how many guys have done that? Broken up with girlfriends and make songs about them? Why are they never made fun of? Why is it just Taylor Swift that's, oh, she's talking about boys, that's her only thing. So now it's more sort of empowering that women are coming back into the industry and they're more talking about themselves, you know, and they're talking about, you know, their sexuality. And people should be able to talk about whatever they want, you know, whether it's about past relationships or their old sexuality. And especially, you know, why are women more shamed in the media for talking about certain things than men, you know? Men can talk about sex all they want and sexuality all they want.
I want to talk about that a little bit because there's been a lot of controversies recently because of WAP, right? I personally think that song is incredible, okay? Because you're taking something that women are meant to be, submissive, doing this and that, right? But in reality, Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion are talking about how their sexuality should be celebrated and how they're so in tune with their body and they own their body and they can do whatever they want with it. And I think that's something that women need to hear, that they have control over their body and that they can't have a man take care of that.
Mm-hmm. Like me personally, like the song, yeah, it has a good beat, it's catchy, but like personally, it's kind of offensive to women because it's like, like the only thing we're good for, we're made for sex, which is what I think I don't agree with. So, I mean, just the words in general are very, personally hurtful because it just like judges us. For me, at least personally.
The way the song is made, though, is like it's very specifically like, it's my body, my choice. I'm choosing to explore myself the way I am, and very obviously,
it targets
an anthem of independence.
Yeah, it's an anthem of independence and not submission.
And it's good. Independence for us is good. It's what we need. But I feel like the word choice, me personally, is not the right choice.
Well, they're rappers. They're going to be vulgar anyway. In order to get their point across, that's what they do.
Do you guys, regarding the paparazzi against the celebrities and all that, I think in like both music and movie industries, like those like actors and actresses that begin since they're little, they don't have a childhood. And they're controlled.
Controlled from when they're younger.
Michael Jackson didn't have a childhood, and he evolved into a
terrible person.
Not a
Like
terrible,
that Home Alone kid?
controversial in some way.
Controversial in some way, yeah, I guess.
Yeah, like for example, Britney Spears, she had to do so much rehab because of all the drugs, you know, she took and everything. Just like that Home Alone kid, I don't know his name.
But the thing about Britney Spears and something we didn't talk about is that if the media just didn't win in like, her social life, she looks bad in the social sphere. Because of the media and her getting sent to rehab and all that, it caused what's called a conservatorship, which is basically an adult owning you.
That's what I'm saying.
By law. By law.
Why does society care about celebrities' personal life?
Exactly.
Do they care? What do I don't really care.
Nosy. Everyone's just nosy for no
because
reason.
they do it for money.
Because it's always out there. It's disposable.
Well, it's just a parasocial relationship. They think they deserve to know because, hey, I've been following you for forever. I love you. Tell me everything about you because I deserve to know.
People are just so bored with their own life.
I don't.
they start to think that that celebrity is their friend, and they're like, "Oh, who are you dating now? I want to know." You know.
Even with like the Queen of England, there's a bunch of people that are like crazy. You need to know what's going on at that house.
I mean, yeah, but that's true. It's just like the second you become a celebrity, and this is such a like people are like, oh, they're asking for it by becoming a celebrity. You shouldn't have to throw your private life away when you become famous. You are still a living, breathing human being who has the right to not have everybody know about your love life, not have everybody know about your daily affairs.
I mean, Keanu Reeves is nailing it.
Yeah. Nobody knows about his personal life. So I think journalism, like the journalism industry, like promotes paparazzi, because there's like in England, there's some like journalists that have made their entire career based on spying on the royal family. That's their whole thing.
But that's what every celebrity is. Basically, paparazzi take these photos and sell them to magazines for thousands. You know,
They pay them, bro.
It's
That's
about money.
money. Celebrity.
They're leeches.
They're vultures.
How is this legal? Wouldn't it be considered like stalking?
Well,
Invasion of privacy.
weren't there some laws passed
because of Britney Spears?
Yeah, a lot of paparazzi laws have been implemented because of Britney Spears.
Well, there's also another big reason, and that's because the paparazzi killed a person. Like, objectively. I don't remember who the celebrity was, but the paparazzi were like surrounding her car, and then it blinded her while she was driving, causing her to crash and die.
Wow.
Very serious.
Very serious. I can't remember what the celebrity's name is.
Like, you guys know the Kanye video?
What
You
was
guys know the
this?
Kanye video?
Yeah,
Like,
the
she
video of
driven into
Kanye.
anything surrounded by paparazzi.
Are like celebrities entitled to get a gun and just tell them to get off their property? It's their property.
I mean, yeah,
If it's their property, yeah.
If it's
It's their
trespassing.
property.
It's their own
Not in
property,
public.
whatever they
Not
want.
in public.
Not in public, but in their
Not in public,
property.
obviously, in a
And of
private
course, you're not going
space.
to pull a Glock on someone who's trying to take
Princess
a photo.
Diana, that's who it was.
No,
Princess
an expression of self-defense, of course,
Right.
in a public space, in a private space, rather.
It
Because
killed
you never know the
Princess Diana.
intentions of these paparazzis. Because what if they're coming into like, oh, they're like, oh, I want to take a picture, But like, you never know. What if they want to kill you? They like want to like.
Okay,
No.
if it's a paparazzi, what if it's like a famous woman who lives in her home and there's a dude in the window spying on her, taking pictures for like a weird magazine?
But that's what it is. That's what paparazzi is.
And paparazzi can
Yeah.
be anyone. Like anyone can dress up in their normal wear and have a camera, and then be a paparazzi.
Okay, so do you guys know my favorite actor, Michael Cera? Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So when he was in that period of time where he was rising in popularity, there was this guy who followed him around in his bike, and for one whole day, he was following him around, and like Mike, he came up to him and he was like, "Dude, you're being really creepy." And he was like, "Oh, okay, I'm sorry." And he left, and then he came back, and he kept on spying on him. And it's like when does it end? How do you chase these people off? I can't imagine being in that scenario.
I think one of the worst cases really is the Britney Spears thing. Like one of the worst cases is definitely the Britney Spears thing for sure. Like I think you guys should really watch that documentary if you haven't. It's really informative on the negative effects of paparazzi and everything like that.
Yeah. There's this one Disney ride that's out there. Well, was going to be a Disney ride. Basically, it was like you're a famous celebrity in a limousine, and the paparazzi are following you like throughout the town. It's like a night ride. They have to like.
Actually there, but a long time ago, it got closed.
The reason they closed it down was because of Princess Diana getting killed in a car crash because the paparazzi were there taking pictures of her, causing her to crash.
Wow.
So they're like, okay, we can't have this ride.
That was there even before we were born.
Do we put laws? Do we implement laws to respect?
I mean, yeah, they should have a privacy. Like, somebody shouldn't just be able to like, okay, I'm gonna be following you around and taking pictures of you. That's stalking.
Yeah,
and if it's for your business, it's
It should be
stalking.
illegal, honestly. And they're selling it. They're getting money out of
like, they spread rumors pretty much through magazines, and
They just take pictures and then they make it seem like this other story.
they spin it completely.
That's what they did with Britney Spears.
Yeah.
Okay, great discussion, everyone. That wraps our special collaborative episode between the other podcast and what's up with that. Thank you so much for watching.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks.
Bye.